So the Prime Minister is in Italy for the G7 summit. This is his first international trip after taking over as a Prime Minister for the third consecutive time. But unfortunately, politics is playing out.
Let's also talk about his first trip is concerned, because this is the G7 summit as a special invitee that India is attending, and there will be a lot of discussions when it comes to global south concerns and bilateral cooperation with the Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni.
Now, the summit comes at a very critical time amidst the ongoing wars in Ukraine and Gaza, the significant political events in the G7 countries themselves, with leaders like the US President Joe Biden, France's Emmanuel Macron and Britain's Rishi Sunak facing elections very soon.
However, the opposition, meanwhile, in India has sought to settle political scores, once again targeting the Prime Minister as he arrives in Italy, wherein Congress's Jairam Ramesh has mocked the Prime Minister, saying that he's gone there to salvage his diminishing international image, while others have been calling it as publicity or self-promotion.
जो उन्होंने कहा है वो सही कहा है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने जो दम दिया था कि 400 सीट पार, तो 400 पार का क्या हुआ आप सब जानते हैं, दुनिया जानती है। उसके बाद जो पिछले चुनाव में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सीटें आई थी, उससे भी कम सीटें जीती। भय, आतंक, डर, सीबीआई, ईडी सबका भय दिखा करके, आतंक फैला करके जितने हथकंडे थे सारे हथकंडे को अपनाया, और उसके बावजूद भी अगर उनको पिछले बार से सीट कम आई तो निश्चित रूप से मोदी जी की पराजय है।
I totally agree with what Mr. Jairam Ramesh has said, because Mr. Modi has failed the country by his economic and foreign policies, and in fact he has used all these events for his own image management, opting out of RCEP and not getting required treaties signed for the economic benefits of our nation with the foreign countries, were among the major economic and foreign failures of Mr. Narendra Modi.
Well, this is not the first time that the opposition has targeted the Prime Minister at a global stage. During India's first G20 presidency, the Congress had said that Modi is a brilliant event manager. Others also called the G20 logo a BJP election symbol.
Even when Prime Minister attended 2018 BRICS summit, the Congress said that why didn't he show La Langue to China? Similar trend was also seen when the Prime Minister attended the 2022 World Economic Forum in Davos and also a SCO summit. BJP meanwhile has hit out at the opposition, calling them as compulsive critics that still continue to remain in the election mode.
लेकिन हम ये देख रहे हैं कि इस नतीजे के बाद भाजपा भारत के हर धर्म के लोगों के खिलाफ अपनी नाराजगी प्रकट कर रहे हैं। उत्तर पूर्वांचल में असम के मुख्यमंत्री नागालैंड और मेघालय के संपर्क में एक विशेष धर्म को टारगेट कर रहे हैं। मैं अपेक्षा करूंगा कि प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी इटली जा रहे हैं। इटली में अगर कोई उनसे सवाल करे कि आपके ही बहुत ही जनप्रिय आपके साथ करीब असम के मुख्यमंत्री मेघालय और नागालैंड के एक विशेष धर्म को जो टारगेट किया, तो उसमें इटली में भारत की क्या छवि रहेगी, ये सवाल कोई प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी से करे और उसका जवाब दे, मैं अपेक्षा करता हूं।
कांग्रेस के सांसद तरुण गोगोई जो सवाल उठा रहे हैं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेतागण अयोध्या में करारी हार को पचा नहीं पा रहे हैं, सही बात। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेता जब से अयोध्या हारे हैं अनाप शनाप बयानबाजी कर रहे हैं, अयोध्या वासियों को भला बुरा कर रहे हैं। जिस प्रकार अयोध्या वासी श्री राम भगवान के अनुयायी हैं, वंशज हैं, अगर उन्होंने आपको नकारा है तो इसका मतलब राम भगवान ने आपको नकारा है। राम भगवान को पसंद नहीं आई आपकी गंदी राजनीति।
So this is a criticism that has come in from the opposition. Well, some saying he has gone there to salvage his image. Some saying that logo ne aapko nakara hai. This is after the Prime Minister has taken oath for the third term. The NDA is in power. Let's open this up and speak about whether this is compulsive criticism or what. Desh Ratna Nigam, lawyer joining us. Saif Khan from the Congress also joining us. Saif Khan, Jairam Ramesh saying the Prime Minister is going to salvage his image. Is that the kind of statement that should be coming in from the opposition leaders? You know very well this is the G7 summit. The Prime Minister is heading for his first international trip, and that's when such criticism has come in from the Congress.
Absolutely. That is, I would say, that is a complete, accurate statement given by Jairam Ramesh, because Modi has actually failed the country in terms, not just in terms of the elections, but India is right now, if you talk about fourth most dangerous countries in terms of women travelers. Secondly, GHI, if you talk about Global Hunger Index, India has fallen at 111th rank. I'm talking about the Global Hunger Index. Third, the corruption index of transparency, India has fallen to 93rd position previous year. Now, after electoral bonds, I'm sure that will cross 100. Fourth, Pew report is saying that in terms of religion restriction, India is ranking
in the morning itself. We are prepared for the debate. It's good to see that, but also to note that he is the Prime Minister of the country, sir. He is representing the country on a global stage. Is such kind of comments warranted, Mr. Nigam?
Well, Amita, let me tell you one thing. Elections are over and we must go beyond the elections now. Jairam Ramesh is almost there, where Mani Shankar Iyer is today. And sooner he'll cross that, threshold also. And the Prime Minister is still the most popular person in the leader in the world with 78% of approval ratings, with 10%. The rest of them are 10% behind. Now, we remember G20 summit where India took the leadership of the Global South and 100% global consensus, which has never happened in the past. So these are the things which are there for the Prime Minister. And Prime Minister is there on the invitation of the Italian Prime Minister, not on his own. And therefore, we must respect. And when Manmohan Singh also went in the past, nobody criticized that.
That's the point. What is there with the opposition, Saif Khan ji? Looking at this opportunity, India is representing on a global platform as a special invitee, and still there is a problem.
It was always been invited, if you talk about. This is not just the first time. But look at the facts and figures here. India on World Happiness Ranking is sitting on 126th position. Look about the World Press Freedom Ranking. Right? You're from the press itself. It is sitting on 159th position.
So are you saying that if in these indices India is not ranked, in the numbers that you want, that the Prime Minister should not go to the G7 summit? I mean, what is the criticism that's coming in from the Congress? Because you're right. You mentioned that India has been invited before as well. Have you seen such criticism? And look at the other world leaders as well. Joe Biden, Emmanuel Macron, Rishi Sunak are all going to be facing elections. Are you seeing such criticism from the opposition leaders in their country coming in, that this is just event management, they're going to salvage their own image?
Absolutely. It's just Modi ji is very good in event management. This is what he is good at. Just the event management. No progress towards towards the neighboring countries or building up a relationships or economically.
I'm a bit flummoxed, Mr. Nigam. Event management, because this is the entire election process that had happened, and this is probably for the first time that we are looking at that everyone is happy. The Election Commission is happy. The EVMs are happy. The opposition is happy. Would you call it as an event management?
The Commission is supposed to be happy.
Well, Amita, let me point out one thing, that every politician is concerned about one's own image. If Congress is pathetic about it, is Mr. Modi to be blamed for it? And the indexes that my friend from the other side was trying to, prove that India is so and so. This manufacture index, we are, below Somalia, Pakistan on index, and so many things, These manufacture indices do not matter anymore to the country like India. India is one of the most.
And just to point out, as far as even the current crisis that have been taking place in Kuwait, India has been one of the first countries to actually get the SOS call. Union Minister himself, who is present there, repatriating the bodies, the mortal remains that are now being brought back.
Absolutely, and if you look at the entire, crisis, whether it was in Oman or whether it was in any places, India was one of the first countries which got its nation back from Ukraine. Also, even the war between Ukraine and Russia was stopped on the request of Prime Minister Modi, and the students were brought in. And India also evacuated
Not
from
just the
Oman
stature
various
of
other.
India on the global stage today, but also the fact that what is the event management here? This is the G7 summit where countries from across the world have come in. India is a special invitee, Narendra Modi being the Prime Minister of the country, going there representing India. Where does the criticism even come in? Unfortunately, we'll have to leave it at that. Mr. Deshratan Nigam as well as Saif Khan, thank you for joining us. The politics around it continues. Of course, the Prime Minister has arrived in Italy. A lot of bilaterals also planned. We're going to keep you updated on what's happening in Italy. For now, a very quick break. Be right back.